Hello, my name is William Bittner, and I am just going to be going over a site that I'm very interested in, and I'm telling you a little bit about the site and some of the little things that you may or may not know about a site or, websites in general. So this is the Square Enix website. This is from a really, really prestigious gaming company that I'm very interested in. And a lot of times people don't realize that there's a lot of information aside from what they're showing you here on the actual page. So we're just going to go into it really quick. So the first thing that most people will want to know about a website is who creates the website. Now, this particular website, if you look over here on the side, on the top, it says North America SquareEnix.com, which basically means that this is the North American version because if we go to the About page, we could see that this place is actually owned. This corporation is actually owned by Square Enix Holdings, which is in Japan, and it lets you know everything that they're open with. I mean, this about page is very small. There's not a lot of information here, but it seems like it's very useful. So moving along, we are going to check out the corporate page to see who actually manages and creates this site. I took the liberty of going there a bit early, and it actually gives you a lot of information when you go to the HUD for Square Enix for the Square Enix. And if you look up here, actually, this is kind of interesting. It's showing you that this is the English version of the site right here, English, which basically is saying that this site adapts to wherever it is that you're from. So basically, they know exactly where I am, and then it's letting me know that we're checking from the company site and the officers. So these are just, briefly all the officers that are here. And actually, you know what? Let me check something really quick. I did like a page source thing where, you check the coding and like I noticed that there's this gigantic jumble of crap. And like this seems like it's a giant like cookie issue. I'm not exactly sure what it is, but it seems like this whole jumble is like trying to identify something. I don't know if it's identifying something based off of me, but it's definitely finding some type of information that would only be robot readable. So, I mean, in terms of the website, it seems like everything is pretty easy to understand. Everything flows pretty well. And obviously, I already spoke about who owns the site, but I decided to do it again just to double check on Network Solutions. And as I said before, the organization is owned by Square Enix LLC. And it's kind of funny because aside from that, it doesn't seem like there's too much additional information here as well. I mean, it talks about billing names and Brandy Thomas, and it's kind of weird because some of the other searches I've done on Network Solutions, it usually has concrete information. This the only thing it really has is some of the registrants information, and I mean, if you look here, it's just minute information as opposed to any descriptions of it or any additional information on top of that, which I guess makes it a little bit more plain to just say that this is owned by Square Enix Holdings. So I just want to backtrack for a second and go back to the About page on the main site. So if we look at my account directly and we go into this account, we can see, first off, the big thing is that I have an identification number, which is letting the servers know who I am, what I'm into, and what it is that should be loaded up. I wouldn't even be surprised if there was some type of spider that goes in, looks for my account, and then places all of the social media information based off of my interest when I registered. Now, this is kind of funny because when I was looking over a YouTube video by Steve Ramban on privacy, he was mentioning that situations like this, whether it be in registering for a membership or actually, creating a membership and going about it. Stuff like these identification numbers are things that they use to track down all of your information. And based on the information that they give you or you give them, they know who you are, where you're from, and little details about you that can help them establish advertising with you and establishing what it is that they're going to attract you to, whether it be in the site or other sites. Now, this particular site doesn't direct you to other sites because it is trying to attract gamers and basically RPG gamers, but they allow Square Enix itself has a whole bunch of different genres within its video games. So it's basically attracting gamers of all ages, and depending on what's hot in the market at the moment, is what they're going to be directly attracting to on the website itself. But basically, the company itself tries to attract all audiences, even audiences that are just into action figures or just the artwork of the games themselves. But I mean, they have RTS games, RPGs, multi-platformers, mobile games. I mean, they pretty much have a little bit of everything. So they're trying to attract a broad audience of people, but the core of their company is based off of RPGs and a die-hard RPG called Final Fantasy. Now I am going to take you to the registration site where you would go to become a member of Square Enix. I pulled up the tab a while back and I kind of set it up so that we could see all the information. Now pretty much it seems like they're asking you, basic stuff. Your name, your username and your password. But they're actually asking for a lot more than that. They're asking for your email, they're asking for your city that you're from, they're asking for your country, your gender and your birth. Now, upon looking at some of the videos that I've seen about Eben Moglen and Steve Rambam, it seems that this kind of information is directly used for advertisement purposes. So they're going to be sending you emails based on your interests in any of these categories that they're giving you right here. So basically, you are giving your interest and information, which is essentially eliminating your privacy. And this kind of stuff that you're giving them will be theirs, whether you delete your information or not. No matter whether you like it or not, as Edmund Moblin put it, they will have this information on you based on what you've given them and what you've done on their site. They keep track of who you are. And they also give you the opportunity to go to other social networking sites like Facebook and Twitter and further eliminate what privacy you have left on the internet. And when you make a purchase on one of these sites as well, you are also giving in your phone number and your address once again, as well as your credit card information. So now, just with the phone number that you're going to give them for the shop and the online store, in this information, when you buy a game or anything that's here and you give them your phone number, like Steve Rambam said, you are giving them your social security information, your exact location as to house, like where do you live, and what school do you go to, and how much you make, based off of your phone number. So a lot of this information is just going to be used for keeping track of you. And what's cool is that they do give you like privacy settings. So when you look at the privacy policy, it's actually really easy to run by. It's fairly simple, and there is a lot of information here. But what's cool about it is if there's anything that you want to see in particular, they have a table of contents for you, which each has a link to whatever it is that you want. So let's say I want to go to the Square Enix members account, it'll directly take me there. So it's very, very user friendly. And though there's a lot of information that they do have on you in terms of like privacy goes, the privacy between party to party on the member site is very good and very easy to understand. So anything that you don't know, they're letting you know everything that's going to happen and everything that you have rights to and everything that you're entitled to. Now I'm going to be checking the Wikipedia site for Square Enix to see if there's any other information on the site itself. So when I did this search before, and I put in the regular search engine for Square Enix, I immediately got the holdings, which is the parent company. Now, looking at all this information, this goes back as far as their starting, back when they first turned into Square Enix, which is when they combined with Square and Enix, they combined together. And a lot of times you hear that Wikipedia isn't a reliable source, but I mean, maybe depending on the area that you're looking at, it may not be as reliable as other, .orgs and .nets, but it actually can be very creditable. If we look at, there are many ways to see how credible a site is, especially Wikipedia. They make sure that you know how credible the site is itself. So if you go all the way to the bottom, you scroll down to the bottom, they have references that you can look at from different people and different things that they've done. And then when you go down here, they have external links to certain areas. So they have like the global site, the history of Square Enix, like the official site. It just lets you know like what connections are to the Wikipedia page. And if you don't feel that that's credible enough, you can always check the view history. Now, the view history gives you all the details as to what times people have posted on this particular page, who posted on this particular page, and what they posted as well. So if we look over here on GZ, it says that he posted November 14th this year, and he posted about the production teams. Now, normally you'd probably look at this and be like, well, I don't know who the hell GZ is. Well, you can actually click on the link GZ and it gives you information on who he is. And right here it says, if you've reached this page, then you're probably looking to find out more about me. I'm an avid member of GameFAQs. Now, GameFAQs is actually really well known for giving out game information on the hottest new games and about companies and different things that they're doing. So, obviously, he has some type of video game background where he would be, I guess he would be considered reliable in this information. And even if, all of this information that I'm giving you now, still you don't feel that this site is credible, well, you can always go to the talk page that they have in Wikipedia. And this talk page gives you a whole bunch of different forums that have been posted already about different information. Maybe you can search what you're looking for to see how credible this site is and who looks at this site and how looked after the site is. And if you don't even want to use these forums themselves, you can post your own forum about how credible the site is itself. So hopefully from this video you got some information on the Square Enix website and some of the hidden things behind the website and who owns the website and who runs it and some of the information that could be deemed credible and can't be deemed credible and just what the registration information is like and things of that nature. Thank you.